Dan podcast ini ditajakan khas oleh Adel Law LLC, sebuah syarikat yang memberikan khidmat konsultasi untuk perkara-perkara legal dan terutamanya syariah law.
Yes, kamu boleh follow mereka di socials Facebook, Instagram and TikTok at adel.law.llc ataupun langsung laman adellaw.com.sg untuk maklumat lanjut.
Korang juga boleh book an appointment WhatsApp di talian 83997923 83997923 ataupun boleh walk in di 190 lorong 6 Toa Payoh unit 02512. Selamat datang dan selamat kembali ke Next Home Talk Show bersama saya Ashraf Usman
Faizal Rahim
Dan saya Irwan Jual.
dan ribuan terima kasih kepada semua pendengar yang dah mendengar kami daripada first episode sampai ke hari ini.
Episod berapa Jap?
Episode apa?
100 plus ada
100 lebih I think.
100 lebih
100 lebih, yes.
Alhamdulillah, dan also shout out dan thank you kepada Adel Law LLC Syakirin yang support kita dari mula sampailah ke hari ini.
Betul.
Dan juga ada
Terima kasih
juga
banyak.
kawan-kawan yang ada message kita personally cakap macam I love the episode bila duduk dengar saya Syakirin sharing the experience and also some stories yang orang boleh belajar jugalah.
Betul.
And also lately ni sikit hari kita ada interview this guy, this young Chinese guy yang buat software,
Yao Ming.
Yao Ming. And also aku was thinking about this data, like privacy. So nak tanya soalan ni pada Syakirin. For example, like sekarang kita with social media and internet and everything, kita prone to sign up to a lot of stuff online. And then bila sign up, certain software required your macam full name, IC ataupun depends lah, email and everything. Some even macam minta facial recognition and such. So how they manage our data tu? Adakah macam company ni jual kita punya data?
Of course it's an offence under the PDPA, right? Personal Data Privacy Protection Act.
Okay.
Yang kalau you collect data of your customers, you must only use it for the purpose of the business.
Betul.
Okay.
Right? You tak boleh sell it to other companies, and there is a requirement that every company has a PDP officer to ensure that the company complies with this requirement.
Okay.
Okay, so kalau you give your data and then they sell it to other third party users, of course I guess if you can prove that that is done, you can make a police report.
Okay, tapi macam these giants company macam TikTok, Instagram ni
Facebook
semua, diorang ada access kita yang mendalam sebenarnya ni. Macam mana Syakirin?
I guess kalau you decide to subscribe to social media, you want to control a bit difficult lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the risk you have to take.
This is the risk you
This is
have to
the
take
risk
lah. Some people document their entire life
yeah.
on TikTok. Right, morning I go here. This is what I have for breakfast.
Yeah.
These are my kids. This is my house. You know, they document the entire life, and then later on, if people call them and say, you know, I know this, I know that, you shouldn't be shocked lah. Right, because you voluntarily provide your information to others.
Of course, public juga kan.
Public. I mean, there is a fine line between marketing and privacy lah. Right? I guess it's fine. You can market however much you want, tapi you should be careful if you want to involve your own family, right? Who may not be interested, and then people start stalking you and your family members. That's where it becomes a problem lah.
Okay, dia ada cases macam let's say kita pergi NTUC contoh beli barang. Then after that kat tepi tu ada table. Hey boy, you want to sign up? It's on voucher, lucky draw, whatever not.
Yes, yeah.
Then they will ask you to write your particulars.
Betul.
And then they will take your particulars.
Yes.
Probably the next few weeks you receive a call and everything.
From banks, from insurance.
Yeah.
So adakah diorang jual kita punya data bila kita sign up for vouchers ke apa?
I mean, arguably we can suspect lah.
Kan?
Tapi how to prove?
Also ada grey area lah actually.
Very grey area, right? I mean, you have he who asserts must prove though. Kalau you are saying they sell, it's not for them to show that they are not selling. It's for you to prove that they sell.
Okay.
Unless they say, okay, remember that time you sign up at NTUC they give me your contact.
Okay, so kalau gitu salah.
Dia gitu salah. Tapi kalau let's say you sign up, you tak baca, maybe they say, okay, a representative from our company, this will be contacting you in due course. Then tak salah.
Okay.
So if you really allow them to receive marketing, sometimes you can tick, right? I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah, yeah.
I agree for marketing
Email ke
emails to
apa.
come in. Then kalau you dah consent, you tak boleh bilang, how come you get my number?
Okay. So kalau let's say we agree to the marketing box tu,
Then they
maknanya any other company is also allowed to call you for marketing.
within that company lah.
Within
Kalau
that company.
the company punya realm of business lah. They have the right to send you marketing materials.
So other companies tak boleh lah.
Tak boleh lah.
Maknanya kau ibaratkan dah jual.
Dah jual lah. Kalau but their own company boleh.
Okay.
They can send
And
you.
what's the consequences like for this thing macam orang report ke apa ke?
Yeah, then of course the PDP office will get in touch and then see whether there's a breach. Maybe they can find the company, right? Of course, ACRA also can be involved to see how best to ensure compliance.
Okay.
It's just a breach of compliance.
How about IC? I mean, let's say now, now dah tukar tau. Like my company, kita nak submit kita punya document semua, we need to submit to CA. Then our company requested, CA actually requested for company punya particulars. Dia punya nama, IC number, date of birth semua. Previously it's just like that. Now they need sampai IC photocopy of IC.
Oh.
Yeah. And then some clients not comfortable, reluctant. But it's a compulsory to give this to CA. So macam mana? If let's say kalau kita kasih kita photocopy IC dan yang don't say about my client lah. Siapa-siapa kalau if macam my insurance company pernah I can just give.
Can, I guess if you know who you are dealing with, it's okay. I mean, I had a client who wants me to appoint to act for her in her divorce. She refused to give me her IC.
Okay.
Oh.
She said PDPA.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I say first, madam, what is PDPA? She stuck. She don't know. PDPA, that means I cannot give you my IC.
Yeah.
I said, what it means is you don't give to any third party the IC, or if you give me, I have no rights to give your information elsewhere.
Yeah.
Right? Now, you're telling me you are Miss Tan. Right? How do I know you are Miss Tan? Maybe you are Miss Ong. Right? So I say, if you don't want to give me your IC, then I don't know who you are. You have to leave my office. Right?
Cannot verify. Right?
Cannot verify. So sometimes the purpose of the IC is for verification. Right? So we just have to explain to client lah that it's about ensuring that the person who's dealing with you is actually that person lah. Right? So you tell me your name is Ahmad and then your IC shows elsewhere, or your IC is another person's face. Then I need to be careful who I'm dealing with.
Correct. Like for me also when I do like macam car dealer apa semua, they ask for my photocopy IC, front back semua. I will give, but I would type in, I say for submitting car loan document purposes only. I will put there
Watermark.
Watermark.
Okay.
Yeah. So because I don't know, like macam they will just disseminate my IC elsewhere. Pasal even like macam Tai Long case
Okay,
they
loan
say loan shark kau boleh ambil orang punya IC, then kau just can go to the house and harass.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So they misuse your IC.
Like the previous podcast you had lah on the maid, right?
True.
They will bring the majikan's
Betul.
IC and then take loan.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I have one question. You are talking about this information, selling of the informations. Do you have any encounter before where company against staff? Example, if let's say this staff are directors of sales or managers of sales, where you collate all of your punya clients' information. Okay, not only because from him the information is not gathered collate from him, maybe because he's salesman and everything. As a manager normally kalau kita collate all the information from the clients. So sekali the managers leave or left ataupun kena buang ke apa. So then boleh tak this guy, the managers itself ataupun whoever it is, take all the informations from the company we're dealing with them and go over to other company and call them and stated that, hey, I'm from this. You are my clients, which is practically I
my previous
work
company,
previously. Boleh tak gitu? It's a conflict of interest ataupun ada tak charges where company charge you against, because you are stealing the information, company's information.
Yeah. So when it comes to clientele list, when it comes to price list, when it comes to your suppliers list, these are all companies' property, private companies' intellectual property, right? So when it comes to taking of all these lists, it's actually a misappropriation of companies' intellectual property.
Okay.
So that is wrong already.
Okay.
Unless the company say, okay, you can have it. If the company doesn't say that, then by just taking away the information, you have already committed a wrong.
Can you charge them if, let's say, then the companies got to know after that the clienteles all move over to the next company where happens to know that this is the guy that yang involved of these transactions.
Boleh. You can sue that person in court, of course, for misusing of the corporate opportunity, corporate information. Number one. Number two, usually for this kind of scenarios, companies will get the employee to sign non-compete clause.
So before they leave the company.
No, at the point where they join your employment contract, usually they will have this, that upon termination of employment or upon voluntary resignation, you shall not work in a rival company within 3 months or 6 months, right? So kalau you do that, like what you are giving the example, then there's already a breach of your employment contract also. So there's many avenues you can sue them.
Happens to your company, happens to your agency, pernah dengan macam gitu?
I mean, I've assisted clients like that.
Okay.
Quite common lah. Quite common where, you know, they used to be partners or directors together, and then ada fallout. They go and take the information, go and poach the other party, all that. As much as business is supposed to be fair, anyone can meet with any client, but you cannot actively take away people's clients, right? Unless, of course, the client say, no, I'm with this company only because of you, right? Of course, if you go, then you have every right to serve that client.
Same like in your field lah. You have the client's data already, right?
Yes, true. So
macam mana korang punya data?
Macam mana? Siapa nak ambil lah.
Mana boleh?
Betul lah. Let's say it's aku punya client. Now aku serve this client, I already sell the house dah complete bersama. Sekali in future kalau dia nak jual rumah, then ada agent contacted them nak jual rumah.
So masuk acap, if let's say we serve the client, so along the way, because this is our clients sekali macam mana the client say, Wan and Zal, we decide to appoint another agents and gitu and you know that we are no longer their agents so okay ke tidak? For us, I think this is a minor glitch then we just said okay lah, you know.
I mean, kita dah pernah encounter banyak kali macam pun. Because for us, kita real estate agent, some agent will ask for exclusive. Kau nak sign, engage me, you need to sign this 3 months exclusive. That means there will be no other agents to market your house. Only kita je yang buat lah. Tetapi untuk kita, I don't know. Aku dengar one, we don't practice this. To us is like, ini 3 months punya eksklusif ni like macam kau dah ada macam boundary dengan client and then macam we need mutual trust tau. Okay, kalau kau percayakan aku, kau rasa aku boleh buat a good job, we don't need this exclusive pun. Tapi kalau kau tak percaya dengan aku, you feel like macam kita tak bagus, kau nak engage ada agent, so be it. Aku dengar orang percaya pada rezeki. Kalau memang rezeki kita untuk jual rumah kau without the exclusive, itu rezeki kita.
Of course lah, of course.
Doesn't mean that kita nak kena mengharapkan that exclusive lah.
I'm interested in this story Syakirin maybe boleh share dalam law sekarang modern law, dia punya history of law ni sebenarnya datang dari mana ada tak modul je kat dalam law school belajar pasal ni sebenarnya?
Okay, very very interesting question. Source of law, right? Where do laws come from? Okay, of course laws come from 2 sources. One, parliament, right? Kita elect all the members of parliament. So parliament will come up with a law, and these laws is supposed to help us. It's supposed to improve our lives. But where does it originate from?
Yes.
Right. So we have to look at history lah. Right. Singapore, we became independent in 1965.
Yes.
Okay.
Right? So before that, we were in Malaysia for about 2-3 years. Right. Before that, we were known as Temasek. Right. Before that, we were under the rule of the Malay rulers, right? So, at different stages of Singapore's history, different laws apply, right? So, when it was under the Temenggung, right? Of course, the budaya orang Melayu, their own rules, culture, semua yang apply. Okay. Then, when the British came in 1819, they also came along with their own laws, right? The Strait Settlements Law, the Colonies Act, all that. So all these laws they brought from UK datang Singapore. Okay, and they came to Singapore, they came to Malaysia, they came to India. That's how we get our penal code, right? That's how we get our early laws, right? Then of course, bila UK the UK colonies came in, they also brought their laws, but they must also understand that there's some local customary laws that they have to respect. Right, like for example, Muslim divorces. Right, that's why they don't disturb Muslim divorces. Right. So then, when Singapore became independent, Singapore we have our own law. So the independence started at 1965. That's where they came up with the Constitution of Singapore. So Constitution of Singapore is the highest law of the land in Singapore. So it talks about the right to free speech, the right not to be enslaved, no to slavery, the right to be treated equal. So this was the start of the law for Singapore. That's why your constitution is 1965. Right? So what happened to the earlier laws? Of course, those laws that are good, like penal code, family law, they still keep. Right? Those laws that are old and maybe doesn't apply anymore, right? Maybe laws pertaining to use of horses when you trade, dah tak ada, no use anymore, right? They abolish. So over time, laws keep building and building and building, right? Like for example, now that there's issues of cyber security, we have new laws on that. Right? 100 years ago, no one talks about it. Right? Even the law of negligence, for example, you langgar orang, right? Dulu tak ada negligence. Right? You only started as early as maybe 1930s, 1920s. Kalau you all boring-boring, boleh baca case of Donahue and Stevenson. Right? It's a case where this lady, she went to cafe with a friend. This happened in Scotland. She went to cafe with a friend. She ordered ginger beer, right? And then they don't drink directly from the bottle. They pour bit by bit. And then at the end, ada one dead snail keluar in the ginger beer.
From the bottle?
From the bottle.
Okay.
So she got very upset, right? Then she wanted to sue the manufacturer, but the manufacturer said, I don't even know who she is. I got no contract with her. Right? So they brought to court, and the court has to think of a creative way to give her her rights.
Compensation.
Compensation. But there's no contract, right? Imagine somebody call you and say, hey, I want to sue you. But you don't even know that person. Right? There's no contractual relationship. How can you create a responsibility or liability from nothing? So that's where this new law called negligence come in, whereby the judges, they felt that there's this, they call the neighbor principle. Okay, fine, there's no contract, but if you are very close and your actions can affect and cause harm to another person, you have a duty of care for that person.
Faham.
So they came up with this law. So that's how laws develop, right? Over time, as new issues come up, new cultures start to appear, new laws will happen. And old laws will be abolished.
So maknanya in Singapore we still practice the concept and culture macam dekat UK lah.
Kita punya legacy is UK punya.
Under Commonwealth, is it?
Under Commonwealth. So Singapore, Malaysia, India, Australia, we still have the UK concept. That's why we have member of parliament who are also ministers. Tapi kalau you go to US, they are separate. Right? The president is separate from the people making the law, separate from the judiciary. Tapi Singapore, we follow the British model where the lawmakers are also the people who run the government. Tapi kalau you go to US, strict separation.
I have a question.
Conflict of interest, right?
So they call it responsible government.
Oh.
So yes, you are both the person making law and running the law, but you have a duty to be open. Tapi US not like that. US, if you are like Donald Trump, he cannot make law. He can make executive orders, but he cannot make the law. That one is for the Senate to do, right? And then you have the Congress, you have the judiciary. That's what the Congress would do. You have the judiciary judges who separate.
Separate,
So
okay.
3 separate branches. Tapi kalau for Singapore, for UK, for other countries, our judges are separate. Of course, you cannot touch the judges. Judges cannot be from the people making the law or people running the government, because they have supposed to check on the government as well. Tapi kita punya ministry dengan kita punya members of parliament, dia ada same.
Okay, I just want to check with you. Okay, US and comparable to Singapore. We encounter kalau kat US kan, senang-senang aja aku nak sue kau pun boleh, aku nak sue kau pun boleh, aku nak sue kau pun boleh. Kebanyakan orang will sue each other. Tetapi why it doesn't apply in Singapore? Tak ada orang pun kalau
mahal.
you say mahal. I don't know whether I encounter. No, it's not because of mahal. It's just basically their custom. They like to sue each other, just simple small thing as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Betul
okay,
lah?
I don't know.
They call it a litigious culture.
Sikit-sikit aja dia nak sue. Just because of small things also nak. I read up this, but this is happened in Singapore.
Yeah.
Okay. Ex-students, 25 years ago, 25 or 15 years ago, sue the teachers now for $5 million.
Singapore?
Yeah.
Wah, banyak apa?
$5 million.
What's the reason?
Because of emotional effects ke apa, I wouldn't know. I didn't read up. Tapi that's what triggered me. I cakap, sekarang baru nak sue. Tetapi kalau in States, just a small matter bro. Kalau kau makan kau tersedak pun aku boleh sue kau. That kind of thing. So kenapa it didn't apply in Singapore where sikit aja kau langgar aku, triggered aja aku sue Izwan, aku sue Faizal lah. Pakai Syak, aku nak sue dia lah. Tapi it didn't apply in Singapore. Singapore kalau nak sue maybe because of major factor.
Maybe the process and then you need to come out tedious.
Can you tell us that?
I can only think of one thing. And I'm borrowing the term from one of the researchers in Singapore.
Yeah.
They use the concept, the Asian value concept.
Okay.
Asian values are very unique.
Okay.
We are forgiving, right? We tend to take things and try and learn from it, right? We don't assert our rights immediately, right? We tend to forgive, right? So these Asian values may actually be a reason why we are less litigious. You get what I mean? Whether you are Malay, Indian, Chinese, these sort of Asian values of respect, right? Maybe is the thing that stunts or reduces the need for you going to court immediately, right? Maybe we can talk. Right, boleh berbual, right? They always say, right? Maybe we talk, we try and resolve. Tapi I guess the contrary would be the non-Asian values, where you don't have all this really drilled in you, such that anything that happens, okay, I need to assert my rights.
But still can sue someone in Singapore.
Can.
But whether you have a valid reason or not, you can just bring up the thing that aku nak sue dia, Syak.
I guess cost is an issue lah.
Cost lah, costing,
Cost
mahal.
is always an issue.
Yeah.
Okay. The access to justice issue is the cost issue lah. Right? In the past, there used to be a lot of cases. People suing here and there. But as the procedures become more complex, process becomes more expensive, people don't sue, they just live with it.
Aku rasa dia nak tunjukkan yang you don't play with me lah.
Yeah, their mentality back in States.
Apa-apa
Sikit
cakap,
aja sue.
see
If
you
you
in court,
Google,
see you
you
in
tengok
court,
how many sues in States per year. Berlambat bro.
Yalah.
Sikit-sikit matter je diorang will sue. Nak cakap suka-suka saya dia sue.
Tapi kat Singapore macam mana route dia nak jadi judge
I guess if let's say you are out of university, they have this path where you can go to judiciary punya school.
Oh, ada sekolah.
Ada,
Okay.
but generally if you want to be a judge, you must ace in your exams. You must be someone who is well known in the legal community.
Oh, well known
Well known means well read, well informed lah.
Okay.
So you must be good at what you do, I guess, to be a judge. Because judge, you have to look at both sides, right? And you need to really be able to deal with a lot of facts and come up with a judgment.
Can a lawyer become a judge as well?
Can.
Appointed lah.
Appointed. Many lawyers are judges. What? The current bench, even there's a Malay judicial commissioner now in the High Court. His name is Mr. Faizal. Right. He is also formerly a prosecutor, lawyer. Many lawyers are now elevated as judges. Better, I guess, in my personal view, to have lawyers to sit as judges. Why? Because they know
Experience.
they know what it's like on the ground. Of course, we have judges who are academics as well. That means never been in court for one day. So they just write books and lecture, and then they become judge. That's okay also, right? Maybe from the academic point, that's good. Tapi I guess for like civil cases where you have to deal with corporate disputes, it's good to have a feel of how the ground is.
Okay, then these lawyers are practically chosen by the panel lah.
Yes, they will be appointed on the advice
But
of
you can choose not to accept to being a judge.
Correct.
Because you are talking about lawyers, if you are partners, your pay is higher.
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
And it's practically yourself whether you want to be a judge or you can just turn down
You
being
can
a judge.
choose, but let's say for those judicial commissioners, for example, it must be upon the advice of the PM and president.
Okay.
So it's a very high appointment.
Okay.
So it's a high paying job lah, jadi judge.
I think it's no secret minimum 1 million a year.
Wah.
No
Ada CPF.
I
But
think
when you
they
become a
don't need
judge, you become a judge, you cannot own a law firm or what, right?
Yes, that's
Tak
right.
boleh,
Kalau
tak
let's say if I was
Oh.
appointed, I got let's say shortlisted being a judge, and my firm
Is doing well lah.
doing well,
Yeah.
and my earning only 1 million, I can just choose that. Okay, don't consider me. Can also, right?
Can.
I see. But you see yourself being a judge one day.
Honored,
Yeah. I'm comfortable where I am.
You see, ada question mark.
Of course lah.
I mean, we don't know what the future holds.
Of course.
I guess for now, I'm comfortable where I am. I tend to lawyers kita quite polarized. Kita will need to go to both extremes.
course,
I
of course.
need maybe a lot more experience before I can see the entire picture lah.
You cannot be too prominent in the community lah. If not, they arrow you.
Betul. But thank you so much Syakirin for sharing your story with us kepada kawan-kawan kita yang mendengar. Jadi kalau korang ada masalah ataupun apa saja yang korang nak tanyakan pada Syakirin, boleh contact Adel Law LLC dan terus cari Encik Syakirin kat sini.
Yes, kau boleh book appointment di WhatsApp di talian 83997923 83997923 ataupun pergi ke office mereka di 19026 Toa Payoh tingkat 02 512.